Okay, my name is Macy, this is my audience Emerson, and here is my informative speech. So if you look at this chart, you can see that Americans were eating about 10 pounds of sugar per person per year. And if you look at the opposite end, you can see that now that we are consuming about 10 pounds of sugar per year per person, which is a crazy difference. But hi, my name is Macy Edwards, and today I'm going to explain those effects that sugar has on the human body. I'm going to just describe the effects of sugar in our bodies, from the immediate boost in our systems to the long-term consequences such as inflammation, heart disease, diabetes, and even depression. And we're also going to talk about how we can build awareness and how we can make more healthy and informed decisions for our health that will benefit us for our lifetime. So first, let's talk about the short-term effects. So when you consume sugar, sugar immediately turns into glucose, which is what feeds your cells. But when you consume too much sugar at one time, your blood sugar levels spike. And according to the CDC, even processed foods that don't taste so sweet, such as bread and pasta, all the foods that we love, those blood sugar levels still skyrocket. And when this happens consistently, regularly over time, your body's insulin can become resistant or just not work as well, which is the first step to type 2 diabetes, which is one of those long-term consequences. So all this explains why when you consume a sweet meal or a sweet treat, you can feel a rush of energy, but it's followed by a crash soon after. So now let's talk about those long-term effects. So in 2023, a study published by the journal Nutrients suggested that excess sugar consumption can lead to a variety of problems, long-term problems such as obesity, heart disease, diabetes, and lots of other things that we don't want. And so now take a look at this picture. So this picture talks about natural sugars versus added sugars. And so this photograph just explains that difference. Natural sugars, such as what comes in fruit and milk and other things like that, come with vitamins and minerals and things that our body needs that are helpful for our body to digest and to digest slower. And then on the other hand, foods such as donuts and desserts and other processed foods have zero nutrients and can cause those glucose spikes for longer, which is not good. Those longer spikes can also influence our brain, which leads to depression, anxiety, fatigue. So that means that excess sugar not only affects us physically, but it also affects us mentally. So how can we regulate this? So take a look at this image. It's kind of crazy that sugar can be found in so many places that we would never expect, such as protein bars, salad dressings, sauces, peanut butters, and even things marketed as sugar-free. But the CDC suggests that we make sure that we are looking at all of our food labels and becoming familiar with the different names of sugars, such as corn syrups. I'm sure we've all seen that on a nutrition label. And the important thing is to recognize that the goal isn't to cut out sugar, but to aim for moderation and to know where all of our sugar is coming from so that we can make better decisions. So in conclusion, sugar provides those rapid spikes in energy and in our blood sugar and resulting crashes. And the long-term effects of that can be inflammation, heart disease, diabetes, and all these things that are preventable and all these things that we don't want. And hidden sugars are everywhere. It's so hard to avoid them in just our day-to-day. So it's important for us to become educated on where these sugars are so that we can make better, healthier decisions for our bodies so that we can live a longer and healthier life.